Warning, this video includes graphic... Son of a bitch! Damn cats! Anyways, I'm not restarting. Fuck you people. Okay. This video mentions graphic use of rape, sodomy, dismemberment, death, the occasional beheading, patriarchy in general, everything involving patriarchy. And if you do not believe in the patriarchy, then I will show and regale you with the tale of the patriarchy. This video will be specifically guided and show you exactly what the patriarchy was like. We shall begin. Well, I'm in the mines doing the work of a woman, basically. And I have my broodmare here next to me. I think she has a name, but I don't remember what it is. And how you doing? Ow! You're supposed to go along with this. We agreed to this before the show. Ow, my forehead. Fuck. Ow. That took a minute. Shit. Well, we're off to a rockin' start. Damn. The patriarchy has already collapsed. Wow, that's great. Fuck. Wow. It only took fucking 2 minutes and it failed. Wow, that's... You guys realize how important it is that patriarchies don't fail? You know what I mean? Like...
The only way to start the patriarchy is to literally bop a man on his head and he will literally be like, what?
Yeah.
He will literally be so fucking confused that everything will stop.
That's all it took, feminists. All you had to do was bop men on the head. That's all you had to fucking do, and you could have prevented how many generations of constant rape? You could have prevented all of that if you just bopped a man on the head. Shut up, cats, I'm talking! God, this is the catchriarchy is what this is. Fuck.
Apparently.
God.
Shout out!
That was a fail.
No, it won't. This will.
It's the same spot as last time. Ow, my head. Oh, shit.
Well, stop laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at you, you useless broodmare. I'm laughing with you.
Uh-huh.
This is the patriarchy. I'm supposed to act like the patriarchy.
It got destroyed.
It got destroyed in, like, not even 2 minutes. Ow! My eyeball.
That's a dead good shot, too.
Roosevelt's teats, what are you doing?
Separating cats.
Okay. Anyways, back to the patriarchy. So, there's my son who will inherit this entire kingdom. All of it. She will become a broodmare who will work in the coal mines because, well, reasons. He makes things, even though he has more rights than everyone else. I have a small cat in here. And, I have a lantern that was made from the sweat and the tears of the women workers. Yes. And all of them were pregnant while that happened. Speaking of pregnancy, hello, 5-year-old. Edward, yes, you shall inherit the entire kingdom one day. What are you? Amelia, yes, you're going to be raped senselessly by every man you've ever met. Because patriarchy. What? Damn it, cat. This whole video just went to shit in a handbasket. I still have a headache from the fucking head bop. Oh, God. Oh, God. Wow, the patriarchy. Wow, it didn't even work. Fuck. This is not at all planned as to what I had in mind for this patriarchy video. I was going to make like a constant joke about, oh, hey, look, this fucking patriarchy, and we subjugate women, and we beat them senseless, and rape.
Here I am, just like, I doubt this is gonna get believed.
Yeah.
Not to mention I suck at acting.
Well, all you had to do was, you know, the occasional, like, scream of pain. Like, oh, God. That was loud. Fuck. By scream, I meant quietly. The quiet scream of pain. Oh. Damn it, cat! How dare you interrupt me?
Oh, God.
This whole video just went fucked. This whole video got fucked. See, this is how effective a patriarchy is. Let's just... You start one for 3 minutes, and then it all falls to shit, okay? Like, that's how effective a patriarchy is.
And the thing is, it would actually be true. Like, women would literally just throw food at men.
Yeah.
If they ever tried.
It's kind of hilarious how this feminist notion of the patriarchy kind of implies that women were just weak tots that didn't do anything and just let men rape them senselessly and never fought back ever because reasons. Like, I think your hatred of men says more about women than it says about men, just saying. Which is ironic because they claim to speak for women. What am I even doing?
I have a child.
I bought wool. Oh, she has a cat. Because she is a broodmare. Anyway.
Child!
But no, I should build something.
Curse you, you patriarchist.
Yeah. Oh, God. She just stabbed me in the clavicle. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. I
think that scared you more
that scared the piss out of me. Damn, I didn't even see your arm coming. Keep in mind, she's on my right and the screen's on my left, so I can't look at this bitch while she's fucking stabbing me in the chest like fucking Caesar. Yeah.
Oh, I am Brutus.
I am Brutus. Et tu, Brute. Jeez, will you stop it? This is the patriarchy, damn it. I control you. You don't control me.
Bring it, bitch.
Damn it. You're supposed to play along. That was the deal.
I can't play along with this. And you know it.
Yeah,
Because I was never ever part of it.
Well, yeah, no one was. That's the point.
Then how can I live something that I've never done?
Don't start me, woman.
What are you gonna do? You gonna whip me and chain me up?
You know, the problem with the patriarchy is that you threaten to
like
beat... I was just about to fucking get there. If you threaten to beat your women, they might enjoy that. So, is it really effective? Like, I know the whole, rape and beating and all that stuff sounds terrible on paper, but if you know, as I do, how high the percentage of rape fantasies are, you'll start to second guess yourself on...
Go on Fat Life and you'll find it all.
Yeah, no shit. God, Fat Life, what the fuck happened there? God. Oh, Jesus.
It's a disgusting sight.
Oh, God. At least back in the day, it was a community. Like, at least people like communed and made groups and shit and like, I don't know, things of that nature. Like, they at least were social and civil. And then fucking 50 Shades of Wankfest comes out, and all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh shit, fucking BDSM's about rape. I'm all about that. Fucking sign me up. Like, I'm not kidding. 50 Shades of Grey was literally about rape.
It was CNC.
Yeah.
To the 10th degree.
Not even CNC, consensual, non-consensual. Not even that.
That's why I'm saying it was like CNC to the 10th degree.
Yeah.
Like, she only like partially consented in each part of it.
She consented fucking once. He guilt tripped her into consenting that one time, and then afterwards it's just assumed that she's his fucking rape pet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And women jerk off to that. Like,
middle-aged, 40, 50, some year old women.
You'll have any idea how many cucumbers they found in that fucking movie theater? The problem with sneaking a cucumber is you know how they snuck it in. Like, you just know. Like, you just know.
Please don't say it.
But anyways, that's, again,
gross.
Am I saying rape is okay? No, absolutely not. But it makes you wonder if 80% of women fantasize about rape once a month. Are we calling this the right thing? Is it really rape? Is it just, occasionally non-consensual touching? Is that what we're going to call it now? Like, what? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm just posing the question. I'm not giving an answer. I'm just posing the question, but still. Will you stop looking at me like that? Like you want me to non-consensually touch you gently? And by gently, I mean over the head. And by gently, I mean with a bat. Smack! Oh, God! Patriarchy! But
sounds like a moaning turtle.
A moaning turtle. God. I hate that. Like, ever since that turtle movie came out, oh my God. That was terrible. This is going to be the patriarchy / porn session.
Oh no. Let's not, please.
Yeah, let's not, please. But, like,
Chris and I are very against hedonism, but we
Yeah.
aren't against sex.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with sex itself. I mean, you know.
We're
and
just really against hedonism.
yeah, hedonism's there was one person on YouTube that I knew about. I don't even know if I should say his name or not, but he called himself a hedonist. This was back in the atheism days of YouTube where shitting on Christianity was just the cool thing to do. And everyone fucking did it and everyone got millions of views for it. And now this man was one of the few ones of them that also shit on Islam. Because the rest of them fucking didn't. So I will give him a point for that. But he just became so irrelevant. And
That's probably because of the fact that he dissed on Islam.
yeah, probably. It's probably because he shit on Islam. And all the other fucking...
Yeah, because Islam's the good Abrahamic religion.
Yeah, that's the good one. We should totally not, even though we also believe it subjugates and rapes women, we should still be in favor of it. It doesn't, by the way.
I mean, I've met some very nice Muslims who actually do completely different things.
Yeah.
Than the average sounding one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and here's the problem. The whole radical tidbit of, what is radical Islam? What is that? It's really just, let me put it this way. The people in Islam that aren't doing anything, like they're not terrorists, but they're not stopping terrorists. They're not, going against the grain. They're just sitting there and doing nothing. At a certain point,
mostly because they're afraid.
Well, no, that's true. I get fear as an aspect, and I'm not knocking them for that. But that being said, at a certain point, it just becomes, like, does it really matter at that point? You know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, it's just like, do they even count? Do they even matter? If they're not doing anything, they're not going against the grain, they're not going with the grain, none of that. They're just sitting there existing. Then, you see what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyways, you shall inherit the kingdom because penis. Anyways, I have to stick with the theme. How old are you? 9. Okay, well, it'll be your time soon. We don't subjugate children, but we do when they hit the age of maturity. So in about 2 years. No, kid. That's a medieval joke. That's not a me being creepy joke. Wigbert.
That's for the work. That's for the working. That's for labor, not for sex.
Yeah.
That's for labor, not for creepy shit.
Yeah. Actually, I was mentioning teenage marriages technically, because to them adulthood was like fucking 10. Like to them in the medieval period, adulthood was like.
Actually, it was 13.
Yeah, 12, 13, around there. I mean. As soon as you were 13, you were considered a man, and you were given all these responsibilities and all these tasks and all these goals to achieve. And like, God, people think we have it bad today. Like, seriously, 1,000 years ago with no fucking heat, well, you had fire, but other than that, no electricity, no fucking air conditioning, no fucking taxis, no cars, none of that shit. All of our modern conveniences of enjoyment and taking it easy and relax and progress, all that's fucking not there. Okay, just not fucking there. And I don't know, like it's, I get why people look at this time period and think a lot of incorrect things about it, like, oh, everyone was illiterate, which no, quite a few people were able to read, actually. Mostly the clergy and nobility, mostly, but some even blacksmith boys, not always, but on occasion, were known to read. People were far more literate than we give them credit for.
I remember some blacksmiths having books.
Yeah.
With their craft written inside.
Yeah. Now, granted, it was quite common for blacksmiths, for example, to teach their sons, typically, or daughters if they were raised as boys, which did happen in the medieval and Viking era. There was times where girls were raised as boys. They had all the same rights, all the same privileges, and all the same responsibilities as boys. And they were treated as boys. They were treated as as men, as boys, but they still kind of had some of the benefits of being female, socially speaking. But they were mostly treated like men. They were raised as men. They had responsibility like men, that kind of stuff, right? So it was very much a, you know, fill the need as thou will kind of situation. Oh shit, getting Rex low. I should get a woman to do this. God, make them slave over sheep, while I, the man, earn all the riches. Even though even though I have like 40K in my fucking pocket, like fucking like shit. I kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of glad. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I was gonna say I'm kind of glad that this game doesn't have like gold weight because of how expensive some shit is. Like buying a horse is like 10K, but at the same time, if they did add weight to the coins, it wouldn't matter because I have infinite weight, which you can edit that in the beginning of your game. You can make food not spoil. You can fucking, you know.
They just put the cheats right into the game.
Yeah, right into the game. They just give you cheats, which is awesome. I fucking love it. It's a great play style. Like if you just want to, take it easy and not worry about tracking back and forth 100 times to get shit, then by all means, fucking, which I kind of hate because this map is actually quite large. It doesn't look it, but on the ground it's pretty fucking big, and trekking from one side to the other, getting the same amount of shit back and forth is just tedious and laborious, especially when you only have like 3 fucking days on average to make a season go by, But if you can carry everything in your fucking pockets and it doesn't matter, then you just make one trip, gather all the ore, make another trip, smelt all the ore, make another trip, sell all the shit. Like that's, it's 3 trips instead of like 18. Okay, like fuck. That, and I kind of like food not spoiling. I just pretend that that women would show their vagina to the food, and the food would look upon it and say, "I shall not spoil, thank you, master." And then, I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's actually what they believed back then. That if a woman flashed her vagina, it would bless an army. Yeah, this was back when women had no rights, right? Like when everyone hated women because reasons. Back then, women had magical vaginas. Like seriously.
And then it all changed.
And then it all changed. Like, it was seriously believed that women had magical light shining out of their vagina that no one could see. Like seriously. That was the fucking, the age of oppression and patriarchy, the medieval age, where women had no rights whatsoever. Oh, here's the thing. In the medieval age, women had responsibility. No, they don't anymore, but, well, they're starting to get it back. They're starting to with the draft and everything.
Get the war, bitch.
Yeah, hey, you guys got the privilege of voting, and it is a privilege. You got the privilege of voting 100 years before you had to pay for it. How is that not the best privilege on the planet? What the fuck? You did not have to pay for something you got to keep for 100 years. That is a fucking privilege. There's no other word for it. God, my houses are wrecked. Fuck. I also kind of like how if you stay up all night, because you don't have to sleep in this game, if you stay up all night, then you actually get more time to do stuff, but it's fucking dirk. But that being said, if you basically stay up all night, then you kind of have longer days, technically. But if you just sleep, then you kind of cut through the gristle and you get to the meat of the day and all that stuff. So it, kind of gives you an option. There's a lot of options in this game, which I like. And it's very much like an RPG. There are stats. I don't know about dice rolls, but there are stats. I mean, fuck, what RPG has dice rolls anymore? Thanks, Witcher. Thanks, Skyrim. Fuck. God. What happened to a dice roll? Seriously. Why did we ban dice? Actually, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Iron Spear! Oh shit. Damn, accuracy 97. Holy dick. That was a good shot. Holy shit. Went right through the target. Nice. Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
That's amazing. Fuck. I did that from over here.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, spears aren't the best reach weapon when they're thrown, and they actually I want to show you guys something really cool. This is very akin to Thief. Watch this. See? Sticks in the wood. Let's look at the stone. Bounces right off. Where'd the fuck it go? Oh, there it went. You see what I mean? That is very akin to Thief. Because Thief had the different terrains and the sounds made, like how loud your footsteps were depended on what you were stepping on. Marble was the fucking loudest, like, you know. And metal's loud too. Concrete, stone, not as much. Wood, not as much. Grass and carpet are like fucking. You could jump on those fuckers and you wouldn't make any noise. Genowifa. Wow. Genowifa.
What?
Sounds like a urban medieval name. Because urban totally doesn't mean black now. Anyways. Also, watch this. Watch this. For the Patriarchy. Oh shit. Oh no, never mind. I thought it actually hit her for a second. Yes. Yeah, see? Like, you can't kill people. They're immune. They're immune. Ooh. That's my market stall. I have like 5 of them in my village. I have 1 in my fucking side village. Little outpost I have over there. This is the main village where the main stuff goes on. It's kind of a city, really. It's like a medieval city. Although there's only like 80 people living, or not even 67 people living here. So I mean, that's still pretty big. But I mean, this game's kind of like RimWorld, I guess. Like it's kind of like medieval, going medieval. I mean, each person is an individual. It's not just numbers on a chalkboard. It's like an actual, oh, this person has actual specific skills based on them specifically, and all that fun stuff. So, and I have a fucking orchard. Look at this orchard. Like, holy shit, I love orchards. I've always loved orchards since I was a kid. Oh, and watch this. It sticks. Damn. That would suck if I was a tree. Fuck.
But you are.
You know, I forgot I was.
Yeah, you fucking tree.
Ah!
Must put you down for wood.
No. Not my wood. Oh. Ow, my torso. Fuck. Ow, my nipple. Why does my nipple hurt? Ow, it like burns. It burns and burns and burns. You gonna kiss my nipple better?
No.
Okay. Damn it. Is it because of the hair?
That's just weird.
I kiss your nipples, fucking.
Yeah, but I'm a woman.
Yeah, that's true. Magical woman
Not
nipples.
to mention you're not very fond of doing that other stuff anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not really into nipple play, to be fair. I kind of never was, actually. I don't know. I mean, there's more important things on my body than the nipples. Just saying. Don't you dare, woman. You know, they can hear the rustling of the microphone. Would you stop it? Damn it, woman. Ah.
What you gonna do now, Patriarchy?
Oh shit. I've been caught. Ah. What you gonna do now, Patriarchy? Hey, stop it. Oh. Ow, don't jab me in the fucking neck.
You're sweating.
Yeah. Get off me. Not my fault it's humid in Iowa. Fuck. I mean Patriarchy land. I wonder if it'll hit the lantern. Oh! I guess it's a wooden lantern. Wow, that got fucked. I should take a picture of that.
Would you believe it's 6:40?
Oh, really? Shit. I gotta take a picture of that. That's amazing. Okay, that's fucking amazing. When the Vikings come to town. Oh, speaking of, I might do a video. This is a Kryscade technically, so it doesn't matter what I talk about. I should do a video debunking Deadliest Warriors because they basically said it was a fight between the samurai and the Viking, right? And they said, oh well, the samurai would win because he has more advanced technology. It's like, guys, you know how shitty their steel was? You know how shitty their iron was? I mean, Viking iron is far stronger and purer, might I add, than Japanese steel. Like seriously, like that's why they have to fold it 5 million fucking times. That's why they have to fold it all those fucking times. Because if they don't, it would fall to shit. Do I have? Okay. No. Damn it. There you are. Harvesting rye. Harvesting rye. That's why you get a scythe, people. It cuts down your time in doing this by it fucking quarters it. Like seriously, it's so much faster doing it this way. Oh shit, I gotta eat. Oh fuck. I'm about to die of starvation. Fuck. White bread. White bread. Oh what? Oh what bread? Do I get a banana sticker? No, Murderface, you did not get a banana sticker. I'm really good at doing like every voice in that show. Like seriously, I can do like every voice ever. I can even do Oftenson. Well, you know, guys, I don't think this is a good idea for the company logo. But if you really want to go that route and kill everyone in your path, then, well, I'll file some forms. Like, he's like the best chief financial officer ever. Charles Frederick Oftenson. Chief financial officer. That's literally his name. No, it's Charles Foster. Sorry. Charles Foster Oftenson.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's the chief financial officer for fucking Metalocalypse. Yeah. Like it's early the band Deathblock, but it's great. Like, so again, it's fucking
Close
hilarious.
enough.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it so much. Actually, my sister wanted to get into legal bullshit because of that character. I'm not joking. Like that was her inspiration for getting into the legal business. Like it's amazing. Hey, Barn 3. Hot damn. I get to make a barn of stone. Yeah.
It's fucking difficult.
Oh yeah, it's very difficult, and unfortunately, it's not too. It's weird. It's difficult enough the layman can't get into it, but it's not difficult enough that shrieking fucking idiots get into it, who are addicted to their fucking outrage hit. Looking at you, judges. Who was it that said we will not have true democracy until you can swing a judge from a tree?
I have no fucking clue.
I think that was one of the founding fathers. I forget which one though. No, I'm not advocating judge death. I'm not, but you know, when in Rome. Anyways, slew the child by the legs. I'll cut your legs off with a spoon. Oh shit, there's pike in there. Shit. Can I do it with my regular spear? Do I have to have a fishing spear? Or can I do it with my regular spear? Let's check. Oh, that missed. Hey, come closer. Oh, got one. Haha. Thank you. This is how you fish, by the way. You have to throw a fucking spear at them. Gotcha. Iron spear. The best spear. And that's how you catch a pike. You throw a fucking spear at it. I should be doing that to the women. This is a patriarchy after all. Just fucking yeah. I feel like the whole patriarchy joke that I was gonna do. I've planned this for weeks, by the way. The whole patriarchy joke I was gonna do just fell flat so hard, like the patriarchy, that I don't know whether to be happy that it happened like a patriarchy and proved my point without me having to do anything, or if I should be sad because I wanted to do something and I didn't get to anyways. I don't know what to think. Life is closing in slowly. I don't know what to think. Okay.
Mad at me,
No, of course not. No, I'm not mad at you.
Uh,
Well, I should be because this is a Patriot. No, okay, no, yeah,
Wanna fight?
I'm not. You want to fight? No, actually, I'm kind of glad you did that because you proved my point without me going into a 2-hour-long spiel about it. So, if anything, I'm kind of grateful, actually. If anything. Okay, I'm getting close to something. I got 3. I got all the way there. Getting close to Hunting Lodge 2. Fucking got all the way building. Damn. Got all the way farming. Barn 3. Holy shit. Production. Close to sowing hut 3. Okay. And as you've seen, if you throw a spear at a person, it goes right through them. But if you throw a spear at like a donkey or something, it'll like get stuck in the donkey and fucking kill it. And then you cut it open and get like 3 meat. Because donkeys aren't known to be fat or anything. Fuck. Lesotho. What else should we talk about? Fuck. I totally. I don't know. The patriarchy. But yeah, fucking. And yes, all feminists, not not just the TERFs or just the whites or just the intersect or whatever the fuck they call themselves. They all believe in patriarchy. That is the feminist theory, patriarchy. It's the one thing they all believe in. And it's the most bullshit thing about all of it. Like, I have more issue with... Oh, I'm past touch. Oh, shit. How do you have a spear sticking out of your butt? Ah, another fox. I mean, another wolf. Fuck. Jesus. I feel like... Did my spear just fall to the ground? Oh, fuck. That's a fucking glitch. Jesus. Approved for beta, by the way. No, no, I'm kidding. Take all my spears. Do I have any more spears?
You love this game. Shut up.
Yeah, I do. No, I really do. This game's so addicting. It's especially just the grand macrocosm of watching time go by, and you see people grow up and age and get older. And you see the change of the seasons and the occasional wolf attack and labor. Doing stuff that they did in the medieval age and how they worked their fucking asses to the bone all the time just so we, way off in the future, 1,000 years from now, or from then, would be able to enjoy the spoils of their labor. Like, is that not something we should be grateful for? The fact that the past exists and we're at this point. Like, that's kind of why for my main story, I did it to where, people are in the year 4000, right? In the age of man. They're in the year 4000 because a lot of shit happened to get to this point.
Who is?
In my story. Yeah. Like, a lot of shit happened to get to 4000. And they're still in the medieval age. That's kind of the thing. The medieval age lasted, like, 3,000 years or so. The medieval age continues shortly after this, but then it basically is, tribal man, kind of like Gaul and Rome in that whole time period. And then it goes to medieval for the longest time. And they just get better and better at magic and medicine and all this other stuff. And then it goes to like the Wild West because they discover reliquaries that basically allow them to go forward in time. So it kind of goes past the whole colonial period in terms of history. Kind of goes past colonial and straight into Wild West. And then Wild West, the third game, the one after the Wild West one, will basically be BattleTech. Basically, like it'll kind of be that sort of time period, the far future with giant mechanized monsters and metal magic and things of that nature. Basically, science is magic. Basically, magic is science. All that stuff. That's essentially the thesis I'm going with in a lot of this. Now, the metal magic I was kind of inspired by Thief 2 because they don't outright say that it's metal magic that the mechanists have, but it's pretty much implied. Pretty much. They're just so fucking good with machines and metal and shit. They basically have metal magic, basically. And all that fun stuff. So it's very much the direction I'm going with it. But I don't know. I feel like I should do a video where I just talk about my story and kind of... Most of this I written when I was like 12 or 13, guys. I've written this like 13 fucking years ago. I'm 25 now. I wrote this like 13 fucking years ago. And some things I'm adding to it are modern day. On occasion, Ale will kind of help me fill in the blanks sometimes. But most of this has been written some 15 fucking years ago. So, a lot of the things that seem like a reference to something in the past 15 years isn't really. So, like for example, I came up with a little race of cat people. Well, I was like 10 when I came up with this one, which were like dwarves but cats. That was my idea. Dwarves but cats. And
So an Ewok, but a cat.
basically an Ewok but a cat, like with a fucking giant cat head. You know, it's and then fucking Monster Hunter comes out with exactly that, and I'm like, fuck. Well, now I can't use that in my fucking story, you know. So, but instead I kind of went because I have another route. I had different types of because I'm big into cats. I've always loved cats as a kid. So I kind of had like these different elements of cats because this whole thing is based on the elements: fire, water, ice, earth, nature, all that stuff. And there's cats of each element, and they can be companions, you know, like for your character or whatever. And they'll fight with you. They'll have defensive bonuses, offensive bonuses. They can do a certain attack, stuff like that. They kind of add to your party. I kind of want there to be like a mode where you get into being a commander general of an army, and you can amass your forces and attack other forces and like giant siege battles and shit like that. I kind of want that as well, but my original idea was just having like a 5-party team, you know, like 5 because I was big into like for example when I was forget how old I was, but Dragon Quest IX: Sentinels of the Starry Sky was a game I really loved, and it had like a 4 or 5 party team kind of thing that you did, and I really liked that kind of party mechanic, and I kind of wanted to do that with it, but you know, other than that, I do have some. I wouldn't say feminism, but I have some interesting parts in the story in terms of gender. Like, I admit, you know, unlike most writers, I admit that the women have social benefits, right? Because they're beautiful, they're attractive, they're voluptuous, they're charming, they're creative, right? And people like that. People like beauty. We've chased beauty and sought beauty. I mean, there's stories about essentially chasing beauty into a war called the Trojan War. Helen of Troy was originally Helen of Sparta. You can imagine what happened there. And lo and behold, You know, we had one of the largest, bloodiest wars in history because a woman was basically stolen, basically. And although in reality she probably just, you know, wanted to fuck the king of Troy, probably. Let's not dice hairs here. But the story itself is that she was charmed by the goddess Aphrodite into loving the leader of Troy, and she joins him, and she becomes Helen of Troy. And that was the main reason why they said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to war. Fuck the Trojans. We'll bomb them to the prehistoric age. Fuck it, like you know, or whatever the ancient Greeks would have said. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of the idea I wanted to do with that. I want to buy a donkey. I don't have donkeys. Should I get a female and subjugate it and make it a brood mare? I mean, that's all they're good for, anyways, is breeding, right? I mean, you know, totally. You know, it's not like men in particular think women are charming or beautiful or interesting or fascinating or sexy or alluring. No, 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 no. They're just good for breeding and nothing else. And that's why we have laws in place in our patriarchal society to allow us to basically, you know, just knock a bitch pregnant and then leave. And then she can't sue us for child support. She can't come at us with fucking alimony and child support and welfare and EBT and food stamps and everything the fuck else she gets. Like, you see what I mean? So, yeah, the notion of a patriarchy is the most flawed fucking horse shit I have ever heard in my fucking life. And I'm a history buff. I've read some fucked up stories, okay? Like, I'm big into fucking, especially ancient history. Ancient history is even more fascinating to me. Long before we had fucking guns and automobiles and all that fun stuff. Long before any of that shit, we had swords and iron and rocks and shit. And that I'm all down for. You know, survival of the fittest, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. But what do I even do with donkeys? I haven't done anything since the donkey update happened, so I really don't know, guys. I'll buy a donkey. Donkey? I could just put it at that one stable, but then that'll take up that slot. Oh shit, they had another colt. The horses had another colt. Wow, they're just breeding like motherfuckers. Holy shit. Actually, maybe I should just put the colts in the other stable, you know, and just have a bunch of stables full of horses. Like, I mean, I can sell them, obviously, but I like horses. I want to see if I can breed a super horse. Thunder horse, dun 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 dun. But no. What are you doing? No, it was playing balloons. My tongue's cutting a little bit on my tooth, but not as much as it was the other day. Shadow's eating his kibble. Right, he's going ham on that thing. Jesus. He's actually been hungry lately.
Ever since we slammed him in here and we gave him food and water.
Yeah, true. I think he just needs to feel comfortable in order to eat. You know what I mean? He's probably a nervous eater or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sammy isn't gonna fucking do anything.
Well, that's not why. It's not because of Sammy. It's because he just wants to be with us. He just feels comfortable with us, and if he's in here with us, then he's more comfortable to eat. He's probably just a nervous eater, you know? Probably. I mean, God, 2 colts. Holy shit. Do I even want a donkey? I mean, the whole point with donkeys is that you basically load them up with goods and shit, and then you have someone take them to the nearest town and sell all the goods, and then you come back, which is brilliant. I love it. But I have infinite carry weight. What do I need a donkey for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, although donkeys are pretty cute. I like donkeys. I think they're very interesting animals. But like, what the fuck do I need a donkey for? Like, I honestly, if I only had that one colt, I probably would have gotten a donkey. But like, since I have 2 colts, I'm just gonna breed the colts and, well, you know, the colts, and then I'll have. I need a frilly. That's what I need. I need a frilly. They need to give birth to a frilly. So I'm going to move some of those colts to the other stable. Will you people quit messaging me? I'll give those colts to the other stable, and then I'll just do that. So
True.
yeah, I figured it was the group. I'm in a group with a bunch of friends, and they actually talk sometimes, so it's kind of weird. It's probably Sean's fault. That asshole. No, I'm kidding. I like Sean. He's cool. But I kind of lost the whole plot of this entire episode. I'm sorry, guys. Like, just okay. Here was my idea. For weeks, I thought of this. I was gonna make a video, a Kryscade, probably an hour or two long, where all I did was pretend that I was in a patriarchy and I was gonna make fun of how absurd the patriarchy is. And then it just turned out that Ale, like, beautifully yet subtly yet amazingly ruined the whole thing, which was awesome. And she did it so well that I'm kind of like, you know what? I'll roll with this. Like, I'm kind of glad it turned out this way. Actually, shit. Actually, maybe I'll kill a pig. Get some meat. I haven't slaughtered a single animal in this game, like, at all. I just, when they grow up and they get big and fat, I just sell them. They're just my income. I just sell them. I don't harvest them for meat. I do harvest their poop though, because, fertilizer. But beekeeper. Apiary. Oh, went right through the beehive. When the Vikings come to town. With just spears in the walls. Fucking. I am damaging the fuck out of my spears, but I don't care. It's fun throwing these things. I have iron. Iron spear. Iron spear! I love that about Dark Souls 2, is the lightning spear spell. I love that shit. I would have a build that had nothing but lightning spear. Like, that's all I would use. Like, seriously. Like, just lightning spear! And, like, fucking, it was great. I loved it so much. I kind of wish you could craft based on what's in your town's inventory instead of just your inventory. I kind of wish. It would make things a lot more convenient, but, it's still a collective inventory. I mean, so it would make sense. Let's do some iron axes. Let's do 8 of these puppies. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, I don't care about that. Hold on. Let me check OBS. 48 minutes. Ugh, really short Kryscade. I don't know, my lymph node's kind of hurting again.
Alright.
I've been having weird pain in my lymph nodes lately. I don't know why.
I keep asking you if you want to go to the doctor.
Yeah, I just think it's an infection. I just need a fight. I don't know. I mean, now this part of the game, I know a lot of people kind of, oh, it's boring. You just have to wait. I actually like this a lot. It kind of gives you a chance, like if you do this with a lot of items and you have to wait a bunch of time, it kind of gives you a chance to do other things. Like you just leave the game, you take out the trash or set fire to the cat or something. Like you do something and then you come back and, oh, hey, it's done. I now have new items. Like, it's great. It actually gives you a time to kind of break away from it a little bit. And it's all animated, so you have something to watch. Like, it's not just, crafting. It's like, oh, it's all animated. You're actually hammering a fucking piece of metal. You're actually doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, I like that a lot. And I don't know why it's so bizarre to, have that in a game. Like, you know, now the irons, because of how hard it is, it takes longer to craft, which is fine. But with the iron, what you do is, um, you know, you essentially make much stronger items than what you do before, but it takes longer, right? Which is totally fine. It has more durability, which is great. Um, and you kind of end up being a, building tools for the village so they can use shit kind of thing, which is what you do a lot. But if you have markets and they sell the overproduction, the produce, they sell the actual extra production, and then you keep a little production. You set it that way. You keep a little extra production, so you actually have more stuff in your inventory. You're gaining more in your town's inventory, but you're also gaining money at the same time too. That's why I have all of those market stalls, essentially, so I can, make gross domestic overview, if you've ever heard that term before. But, oh, cat's playing with something. Looks like a shirt or something.
If it's a shirt, it's a shirt.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's playing with cloth.
How very objectionist. No kidding. No. What even is objectionist? Like, what does that even mean?
Isn't that supposed to be the Ayn Randian whatever?
Oh yeah, Ayn Randian No, that's objectivism.
Whatever.
Isn't it? Objectivism. Yeah, it's Ayn Randian. Objectivist. That's Ayn Randian. Yeah. I don't know enough about Ayn Rand. I know that she kind of had a fetid love life, and she learned the hard way of how to essentially, write in English. Like, English is her second language, and she wrote one of the most well-written and best-selling, actually multiple best-selling books of the entire fucking 20th century, like, in terms of sales and shit. I mean, she was in movies and did a bunch of movie productions and all this stuff. Like, but I don't know much about her other than that. Like, I don't know. I mean, she seems interesting from what I have learned about her, and I know a lot of people kind of take the whole, oh, she says that altruism is bad, therefore she's a psychopath or something. When she says altruism, she doesn't mean what we think of altruism. She's talking about the old definition of it, the definition that was back then. And altruism used to mean two different things. So that's kind of why. She wasn't saying that, oh, you should be a selfish dick and hate everybody. No, she wasn't saying that at all. What she was saying is that you need to focus on the self before you give to the other, right? And a big problem with a lot of these collectivist groups is that they want to give to the group so bad that they forget to give to themselves. And trust me, I've lived that life. I know exactly how that goes. Exactly. Like, most of my life was me doing that. And it wasn't because I, was told to or brainwashed. None of that. I just wanted to help people. I had good intentions. That's what we think of altruism today. You just want to help people. Back then, it more so meant, you giving to everyone else but yourself. To a point where it actually can kill you. Like, that's, in that context, it's a bad thing. But the modern day context of, altruism is you give to charity and you give to the homeless and you help people, like Trump, like that evil Baron Hitler Nazi Stalin motherfucker who gave to fucking charities most of his fucking career. He was the type of, seriously, if he called himself a Democrat, then the left would have loved him more than anything. Like, he would have been their media fucking darling. Seriously, because he did everything that they wanted. He was practically a liberal for most of his fucking political career. Well, not career. When he was into politics, he was, more so on the liberal side. And they fucking hate his guts because he calls himself a Republican. That's all it is. That's all it fucking is. And the funny thing is, if he ran as a Democrat, he'd probably have a second term by now. Because
What are
the
you
right
doing?
doesn't cheat anywhere as bad as the left does. So, ironically. And somehow we're supposed to believe that a man who got 1% in the primary is somehow the president of the fuck. Yeah, right. 1% of the primary? No, bullshit.
Shadow.
Now, if it was Bernie, it would have made a little more sense because Bernie got like 22% of the primary, right? Like, he was the only one anyone fucking knew about, you know? So him doing it would have made more sense than Biden. I mean, and it just seems to be that a good chunk of what Kamala is doing, Kamala Khan, fucking she's trying to beat Khan. That's really what it is. She's basically assassinating politically, not with bullets, but with words. She's politically assassinating all of the people who opposed her. DeSantis and all those other fuckers. Like, she's getting rid of them slowly and surely. She's checking them off the list. And like it's happening right before our eyes. And I mentioned this to Ale earlier because a small part of me is scared shitless of Islamic women, honestly. Just because if she does something fucked up to me, like rape or abuse, even murder, fuck, then no one will believe it. Fucking nobody. The right ain't gonna believe it because she's a woman. The left ain't gonna believe it because she's Islamic and a woman. And fucking like that's no one will believe you. And look, I consider myself right wing. I consider myself conservative. I do, but guys, we gotta start fucking working on this shit. Like, what the hell? Like, the only person that really seems to be on the right and has their shit together is fucking Razor Fist. Like, he's the only one that actually is trying to combat the scourge that is the left. They've been into obsessive dogmatic principles and beliefs for a long fucking time now. And we're just acting and pretending that they're the altruistic ones and they're the ones that care. The left just cares. Yeah, that's why they had Trump fucking politically assassinated. I forgot to grab my spears. They had him fucking politically assassinated because fucking he dare. What did he even do again? Like, he just had an
Supposedly
art.
something in Ukraine, even though they spied on him through the same means that fucking Nixon did.
It's funny that fucking Obama does the same shit Nixon got impeached for, and no one. Obama didn't get impeached. Nixon did. Gee, I wonder what was different about those two. You know what I mean? So now, fuck, like. And I agree with Razor about the whole Obama essentially being the Negro JFK. They're the same fucking person. They're the same fucking person. Young gun, young blood. Only difference is anyone fucking heard about JFK before he was actually popular. He was actually famous before he became president. Right? Who the fuck heard of Barack Hussein Blessed Obama? Who the fuck heard of him before he ran for fucking president and won? Name recognition is one of the biggest factors for winning an election. People have to know your name. Why do you think Trump won with a fucking landslide both times? Right? Because even though they cheated both times, only the second time they cheated harder. That's really the only difference. They just cheated harder that time. Should I put the Colts? Oh, there's one Colt. Where's the other Colt? I like how they actually tell you the proper gender-specific names of the animals. I like that. That's pretty cool. Like Colt and Frilly and all that stuff. Aw, you're a mixed blood. It's okay. We still like you. I think that's a mixed horse. Does having one coat make them a pureblood or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about horses, bro.
I don't know how that works. Yeah. I like horses though. I've always liked horses. They're very social. Like, you pretty much, if you own a horse, you basically have to have two. There's a reason why 2 horses draw a carriage and not just one. It's basically so horse A can talk to horse B.
Have 1 horse carriage.
Well, true, but typically people do 2 horses. A, because it's more efficient for the horse. B, because they need someone to fucking talk to, you know, or neigh at, or whatever horses do. You know what I mean? Like, horses are as social as we are, if not more. If they don't have another horse to talk to, they will literally go insane. Like, they'll actually go fucking stir crazy if they don't have another horse to be around. That's why the vast majority of horse, what's it called when you own a horse? Rancher?
No.
Equestrian?
Yes.
Okay. How did I remember that? Like,
I was actually trying to think of it, and I think my brain told you what it was.
yeah, probably. Yeah, we do that, her and I. The thing of equestrians is that
we're just not connected.
Yeah, no shit. But the thing with equestrians is that, you know, they understand horses very well, and they understand them so much that they pretty much always try to give them a mate or a partner or a friend, or, you know, like, let me put it this way. The notion of you know, the lone gunman walking through the town on his horse, the lone gunman with the lone horse, didn't happen as much as people think. Now, there was the occasional lone gunman, yeah, that's true, but typically people were in small groups, especially with horses, because if you got 2 or 3 people and 2 or 3 horses, it's not so fucking boring trekking across the fucking outback or the Wild West or whatever. It's not boring as balls. Like, you can actually have a conversation, you know, play a game of blackjack or whatever, right? Well, I don't think they played blackjack back then. I think they actually played, I forget what it's called, but I remember hearing about this game in the Wild West where basically you like have to guess the next card, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you put one card face up and then you have to guess the next card in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And you bet how much you think the next card is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just close it. Oh, I don't know what that was. Looked like rice or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Defeat.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I got her killed. In a patriarchy, the women die first. No, it's... But yeah, do you guys not see now how ridiculous fucking patriarchy is? It's the one thing all feminists agree on, right? It's the one thing you guys have to fucking attack them on. And here's something I like to do, and granted you could get in trouble, but typically it just stuns them into silence and they leave you alone. Because they realize that you have their goat. Basically, you know, when a feminist says, oh yeah, I believe in the patriarchy, and then you go, oh yeah, no, I agree. That's why I have 7 broodmares back at home that I impregnate regularly and beat them senseless within an inch of their lives. And that's why I traded 3 of them for bigger, blacker, super fucking, you know, slaves. And, you know, the slave market's booming. It's great. Full of women. Nothing but women. That's great. And then they'll look at you like you just grew 3 dicks and smack them in the face with all 3 of them. And they'll just look at you like some sausage-colored devil, and then they'll just walk away. They won't even debate you. They won't even say that. Here's the thing. It's their one weakness. You have to call them out on patriarchy. And here's why. If you do, and they fucking respond with, if they get offended, then that's proof we don't live in one. Because no one talks like that. They know it, you know it. And you can say, how many times have you heard people say that? If she answers, it'll probably be, never. Duh! You've never heard men talk about how great the patriarchy in which we beat and rape women all day. You've never heard men talk about it because they don't fucking do that. It's a hateful, bigoted worldview, and you have to call them out on it. If you call them out and say, look, you're full of fucking shit, but don't just say, hey, you're full of shit about patriarchy. Show them what patriarchy is. That will really fuck them up. Because then what can she say? Oh, that's unusual? Then we don't live in one. Oh, well, that ended 100 years ago? Then you have to explain to me why and how the fuck feminism ended it. How? What did they do? Did they bop men on the heads? Did they... I mean, it worked with ale, fuck. But, I mean, you know, what did they do? What did feminism do to end the patriarchy? Right? If they say, well, that doesn't happen anymore. Right? Or if you're being antiquated, they might use that word. If you're being antiquated, then you just say, then how did feminism get rid of it? And they have no answer. They don't know. Right? If they, you know, and here's the thing, if they call the cops on you and say this guy just talked about beating and raping women, and then the cop comes up to you and is like, okay, what's going on here? And it's like, and then you just say, oh, well, you know, I was telling her about patriarchy theory, which is a feminist theory, you know. That's all. I think she misunderstood. And what can they say, right? Oh, well, okay. Then whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I highly doubt they're going to be recording your ass, but actually, shit, I might record myself doing that, fuck, just to be like, oh, no, I totally believe in patriarchy. That's why I beat and subjugate women regularly. That's great. You know, the vaginas are useless. You just beat them and impregnate them and hold them against their will, and they're captives and they have no rights. Fuck them all. I've even beheaded a few of my brood mares, you know, just for fun. I just wanted to see their heads roll. Like, what can they say? What can they do? Seriously, then what? They'll just leave. They'll just shut the fuck up and leave. Trust me on that. I've tested this a few times, actually. They just look at you aghast and leave. Because there's nothing they can say. And they know it. They're well aware of it. If they say, well, you know, that's done. That doesn't exist anymore. Then you say, okay, how did it end? If we're bigger and stronger than you and we can rape you easily, as you people claim, then how did you get the rape to stop? You don't believe in self-defense. You just want to teach men not to do something that they don't already do. How the fuck is that going to reduce rape? It's not. That's the whole point. They don't want to actually reduce rape. They actually had a chance to reduce rape in the 80s and the 70s, but they specifically went against that grain. They didn't want to reduce the rate of rape. Seriously, they could have done it. I forget exactly the situation, but they genuinely could have fucking reduced the rate of rape, because if they acknowledge that men get raped too, if they acknowledge that rape is not a female-dominated sport in terms of victims, then they actually would reduce the rate of which actual people, men and women, are raped. They would have reduced it if they actually gave a fuck. But they fucking don't. They don't. They never did. That's the whole point, guys. These people are fucking nuts. They don't believe in their bullshit. And you have to call them out on it. But it's best to do that instead of saying, oh, you're full of shit. Then she's, you know, going to be aggressive and do her feminist magic bullshit and get you banned forever. But if you prove to her that patriarchy is bullshit and makes no damn sense whatsoever, then what? Then what's she going to do? Like, you know, tell you that it doesn't exist? Okay, well, then it doesn't exist. Right? Like, if she gets offended, then it proves that it doesn't exist. That's the beauty of this little trick. If she gets offended and says, oh, well, you're just a rapist misogynist, then you say, aren't all men? Aren't they? I mean, this is a patriarchy after all. Right? And the best part about this, don't be sarcastic about it. Be dead serious. Oh, no, I beat my broodmare a couple times. Keep her in line, you know, stuff like that. Like, be serious about it. Don't be obviously sarcastic, because then, especially if she's a beeper, she'll respond to your sarcasm and then go off the rails. She'll latch onto your sarcasm more than what you're saying. But if you're dead serious about it, what can she do? I know I'm referring to feminists as she, but the powerful ones are, at least. The weaklings of feminism are the males, and that's by design. Because feminists don't actually want to reduce rape. They don't want to reduce abuse. They don't want to reduce anything negative that happens to anybody. They don't. They fucking don't. Because if they did, they would be building up stronger, better, bigger supermen to fight more and more perilous woes. They would actually get bigger, stronger men to do bigger, stronger jobs for everyone, to benefit everyone. They would actually do that. They don't. They don't want strong families unless all of a sudden we have to be drafted, in which case we'll get pregnant as soon as a coin drops. But other than that, you know what I mean? Like they're and by the way, the whole feminist acting like, oh well, women shouldn't be drafted because we get pregnant. Okay, coward. Call him a fucking coward. Just say you're just being a coward. We're going to draft you like we've been drafting men since the dawn of time.
Keep in mind, even the women that were raised as boys back in the day had children.
Yeah, they still had children, and they still retired. So, but they were treated as men, as boys. They were treated as males, right? They were expected to be as responsible as men. Men are the servant class, women are the manager class. That's how it's always been. That's how it was in the medieval period. That's how it was in the fucking Dark Age. That's how it was in the fucking Bronze Age. That's how it always was. Men are the servant worker class. Women are the managerial home class. That's just how it fucking is. And a lot of that has to do with just how male biology is. We're naturally accustomed to serving women. We're naturally accustomed to loving and protecting them no matter what. That's just what we do. It's in our fucking DNA. We can't fight it half the time. So the whole, simp cuck thing, guys, you're insulting our biology. Like, we have to protect women. We fucking have to. It's in our blood. We have as much of an urge to protect women, if not more, than, like, an arsonist has the desire to burn things. That's how strong that urge is inside of us. You could be the number one arsonist on the planet who's done more fires than any human being ever. And you would still be a glimpse of the pale of how men feel about women protecting them and serving them. All that stuff. It's just in our fucking blood. It's in our DNA. We can't help it. We can't fight it. That's just who we are. And there's nothing the fuck wrong with that.
You liked it for how many thousands of years?
Yeah, no shit. Like, did you say Lent?
Liked. Liked.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. I had a brain fart at that moment. I don't know what happened. Like? What? That's a word? What? Anyways, okay. I have straw. Anyway. But yeah, no, like, fuck people. Like, again, I totally understand why people are taken aback by male feminists. I get it. A lot of it has to do with the whole sneaky fucker syndrome, which is a thing, especially in certain animals, certain fish specifically. What's the fish that the males are really tiny and they latch onto the female, and then the female... Anglerfish. The anglerfish, right? The males have to be sneaky fuckers so they can get to the females. So they basically breed constant generations of males being smaller and sneakier and slyer and cleverer.
Basically what they do is that they have to sneak up behind the female, as you were saying.
Yeah.
And basically bite onto her, and he literally becomes a parasitic sperm sac.
Yeah. That's...
in essence, anyway.
Yeah. And there's...
he doesn't really hurt her.
Yeah.
So it's not really that detrimental towards her. So, because she doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah. The males are literally just fishy sperm sacs. Like, that's all they are.
Like,
they do nothing else.
But to a feminist, it would be a parasitic sperm sac.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't value the gift of life unless it gets them out of the service. All of a sudden, they're all trad wife, fucking pro-family motherfuckers. But when it comes to any other day of the week, they fucking hate the nuclear family. They hate men. They hate fucking, people being happy and shit. They hate all that. They fucking hate. That's all it fucking is to these women. And well, I don't know if the men are hateful, but the men are much more gullible. They're either much more gullible or much more sinister. And it's sometimes one and sometimes the other. So it really depends, guys. But again, like, just the whole problem with the patriarchy theory is the fact that if you've ever, let me put it this way, none of it makes sense. If history was really that way, and it just magically ended in the 60s because reasons, we never would have gotten to the 60s. Okay, we've had to prioritize the wealth and health and, nurture of women over men. We've had to prioritize that since we came out of the fucking cave. We've always had to prioritize that because they give birth to the next generation. Now, the men protect the women and the next generation, so they're just as important. Now, back in the day, we at least gave men a medal for enduring hell on earth. Check my POW story video for that. And we at least did that. We at least gave them, hey, you deserve a medal because you fought death and torture itself. You deserve a shiny piece of metal because at least they fucking got that. Now men aren't even getting that, and we wonder why men are opting out of fucking marriages and shit. We wonder why they're fleeing the confines of nature and the confines of nurture, and they're fleeing all of it because of the legal situation men are in. See, Ale and I are getting married, but we're not doing it officially. We're not doing it on paper. We're doing it in the eyes of our God, and that's about it, right? That's all we need. We don't need a paper, government looking over us. We don't need the government dictating or intervening in our lives. We just need an oath to us and to what we believe in, a solemn vow that we believe in, that we agree with, and there you go. That's all it is, right? And that's all you fucking need for marriage. You just need a solemn vow. I mean, you don't even have to have people around you to do that, right? And that's kind of why I'm so opposed to adultery and shit, because you guys did kind of make solemn fucking vows and shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of important you keep to that. I mean, fuck, Although, granted, a part of me understands that, for a lot of people, the woman you fell in love with ended up being a fucking shrew manipulative asshole and stole your fucking kids and raped you in the dead of night and then sued you for child support. Yes, this has actually happened. I know it sounds like a fantastical fucking, patriarchy myth like what I was doing earlier. I know it sounds that way, but no, you can actually rape a man and then sue him for child support. Or shove fucking Q-tips in his urethra. And ride him with Q-tips inside of his urethra. And then you get like 6 months probation. Imagine a man putting Q-tips in the urethra of a woman and then raping her. He would be fucking beheaded. We would bring back fucking capital punishment. We would bring back public executions just to kill that motherfucker. Right? But when a woman does it to a man, and a man's genitals are more outside, might I add, they're easier to damage, they're more vulnerable, might I add. So, for some reason we want to pretend that that's not the fucking case. I think I'll build a house. Okay. Spill house. Should I build one out by the river? Out by the river. Don't go down the riverside. Anyways, I need to check on Voltaire. I wonder what he's up to since COVID happened. I wonder what he's up to. It's interesting because, you know, I don't know, like, in terms of goth and everything, I kind of wonder what goth is getting too politically lately. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of where they view things. Should I do logs or stone? Let's do logs. It'll be faster. Don't go by the rest. But no, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if anyone should not be aware of how bullshit the media, or, you know, if anyone should be, sorry, aware of how bullshit the media is and how they lie like a motherfucker and how this whole thing was stacked from the beginning, it's fucking Voltaire. Like, if anyone should understand, it's fucking him. You know, because they actually did that to him in like the 2000s and shit with the whole the goth murder that happened, the goth school shooting that happened. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. The goth school shooting that happened, like that, they actually had Voltaire on the media and they tried to make him look like a fucking weirdo. They tried to make him look like a freak, and he called them out on it. Like, if anyone, you know what I mean? So if he's like, you know, thinks Trump's a Nazi and all this fucking bullshit, then I just, like, that's even more depressing. If I don't know if he does or not, but if he does, that's even more depressing, because if anyone should fucking understand how biased the media is, it's you, motherfucker. If anyone should understand, you know. Although I keep hearing the excuse from a friend of mine that, you know, well, they have to act like Trump is Hitler or they lose their career. So we're talking about logos here. It doesn't matter if you lose your fucking career. Like, you know, you have to stand for what's right because it's right, not because you gain anything from it. You know. That being said, and here's the thing, it's not just logos. It's logos that the majority of the fucking of the country of America, it's something the majority of America believes in. It's only a fringe minority that believes that Trump is fucking Hitler, and mostly wine moms, might I add, that Trump is Hitler and Trump is the devil, and he's just mucking it up and being terrible, and he freed a lot of innocent black men from prison because they were arrested on weed charges. He freed them. No one talks about that. You know, how he actually helped black families and black communities by giving them fucking schools that were actually funded, by giving them actual fucking, by giving their dads back in a lot of cases. Like, he actually helped black communities a lot, and he was very pro-gay. Like, all the shit that the left is known for, you know, being pro-gay and pro-black and pro-this and pro-that, basically anything that's not pro-white or male, basically, or pro-white male, I should say. Anything that's not that, they're all for. You know, that's totally fine, but fuck, you know, like, Trump is all those things. He's been doing all of those things the whole time. And we still have to believe that he's this massive fucking racist because Republican? Are you fucking kidding me? I'll put that right there. 2 houses back to back. I'm making houses for the future generations of America. No kidding. God, I hate that song. Anyways, no, I'm gonna finish that syllable. Fuck. Anyways, I'll make a stone house. Fuck it. Stone. The stone house takes a while, but it's good to use up all your fucking stone. Actually, I'll put the window over there. I like how it kind of gives you the opportunity to put windows wherever the fuck you want them. And by the way, guys, recently I was listening to George Carlin's When Will Jesus Bring the Pork Chops? And holy fuck. Holy fuck, did I lose all faith in that man. Like, he talked about women are forced to wear beauty products, and they're just beaten by fucking Tony the dickhead husband, and they're just raped constantly, and they're just given all this shit, and they have to deal with way more shit than men do, and they just have it so bad, and they have all these beauty products, and it's because men demand them to be that way, and it's nothing to do with their fucking vanity, and all this fucking horse shit. Fucking dick, man. Like, if it, again, like I was saying with Voltaire, if anyone should fucking know the truth about, men and women, it's fucking George Carlin. If fucking anybody should know. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I can't fucking believe he actually published that shit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, and it's funny how all these comedians, their famous line is, well, men are dumb. Well, no, we just can't keep up with the fucking hysteric ravings of Becky the bitch. We just can't keep up with her hysteric ravings and how she constantly goes on and on about the patriarchy and the white devil and all this. That's what we're having fucking trouble with. It's nothing to do with our intelligence. It's because we're surrounded by shrews. There's a generation of shrews out there. Fucking. That's the problem. It's nothing to do with our fucking intelligence. And even a genius, even a fucking genius, could not keep up with the ravings of a lunatic feminist. Seriously. He could not keep up. Especially if he's a fucking genius. He could not keep up with that shit. If he's stupid, he'll probably just agree with everything because, hey, pussy. Which is a thing, Oh, vagina, I'll agree to you. Please love me. What? You know what I mean? Like, women are treated better because vagina, not worse. Fuck. I'm sick and tired of all these people pretending that vaginas have it worse because, oh, woe is the vagina. Oh, no, it's so bad having the ability to be pregnant because everyone doesn't help that and everyone hates you for carrying life and being pure and holy. And it's like, what the fuck? Are we talking about the same group of fucking people? What the fuck? Like... And I also saw the whole Blue Orange 22 feller talking with Sam Cedarside. Fucking, like, just I like what Blue was doing. I think he's got his head in the game. But here's the problem. He had to kowtow to Cedar, and he had to basically, flagellate himself on Cedar's altar. His altar of, men are bastards. He had to basically flagellate on that shit. And that's the fucking problem with debating the left, is that you're almost forced, in a way, in a weird cyclical way, you're almost forced into meeting them halfway. And that's the problem the right always fucking has. They want to meet them halfway. They want to, well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. No, motherfucker, don't do that. If you do that, they will rule the fucking day. They will run with that and run you into a fucking brick wall and shoot you against it. Don't fucking do that. Don't placate these fucking people. They are evil. They believe in evil things. Let me put it this way. If you believe that the Jew is a suppressive, omnivorous force who puts down all the Gentiles and rapes them constantly, what are you going to get? Oh, right, the Holocaust. That Ben Shapiro never shuts the fuck up about. That's what you get. Okay, with a threat narrative that bad and that big and that scary, you will get people wanting to do the right thing and destroying that group of people. They are spreading a myth that will destroy men completely. that men are monsters. And we have to do something about it because vagina. They are well aware of their powers and, dare I say, privilege. They're well aware of it. They know how powerful it is. That's why they are feminists. That's why they call themselves that, because it has a lot of powerful baggages attached to it. Now, people who see past that bullshit will realize that calling yourself a feminist basically means that you think men are Satan's cock. But, that being said, to the average person, feminism is this virtuous might do-gooder who always saves the day at the end because women need it and women are oppressed over there in the bad country. So we should bomb and kill their men. We should kill all of them and force them into slavery because they hurt women.
Even though the women is who decide what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And put it this way. If women get to a point where they are actually being subjugated, we wouldn't fucking know about it. We wouldn't hear about it. They wouldn't be allowed to complain.